Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel. This is Psycho. Gonna do another music review because I said I would, and the game pickups have kind of slowed down for a little while here. I'll have more stuff to show soon, but I'm kind of digging doing the music reviews because it's also giving me a chance to listen to new music. So, and that's always a good thing. Um, so as you've noticed, I have the Dusty Grant hat on. It's been my go-to hat pretty much in the last handful of videos. Plus, I pretty much wear this one every day. But it fits this video because I am doing the review of this Dusty Grant's Trapped Here EP. I'm calling it an EP. That's usually what a five-song thing was back when, back in the day. So I'm assuming that they're still called EPs. So is just this is just Dusty with two other people. At least I mean there was other people involved, but these are the people that were on the record. I'm assuming he can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is just what I got from the back of the sleeve here. So it was Dusty Grant, DG. I like to call him DG. I like that better. I'm not sure why. Dusty Grant on vocals and guitar, acoustic guitar. Um, and Chris Dawson and Jimmy Beatty, if I'm saying that uh, correctly, did percussion and programming on this. Now I'm gonna read. I take notes while I'm listening so that I have at least a little something to go off of, so I'm not just completely winging it and trying to figure out things to say. Um, so Dusty was starting the metal scene. The metal scene is pretty big here in Wichita, and that's a good thing. I like metal, so um, started in the metal scene at first, and then converted over to playing acoustic, like a singer songwriter kind of deal. And man, he kills it. He really does. So the reason that I'm mentioning that is because, like I said, there's three people that are credited on this as the performers, and he has since put together a live band um, with all his. Let me see, what did I write here? He has since recruited longtime friends and members of Parallax and Rise Again to play in a full band version of his vision. And I'm going to tell you who's in his current band so you can check out some of the newer stuff. I'll have links in the description to where you can check him out. But so he got a bunch of local, like I said, local friends to join his group. And it's him, vocals and guitar, Dusty Grant, Buana Villa. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Um, she also sings, and she's from a local band called Rise Again. And yeah, I'm gonna mention the bands too. So if you feel like checking them out, you can also check them out. Jason Catlett, lead guitar. He plays in the local band Parallax, who I have talked about on this channel before. Shane Harper plays drums, and he is also in Rise Again. And Tommy Wicker on bass from Ghost Town Strays. So that's who Dusty has playing in his live band currently, and I had a chance to check them out recently when they opened for Candlebox. Yes, Candlebox. Um, and it was great. I had a good time, and not only was I excited to see Candlebox, but I was excited because I've talked to Dusty a lot of times and ran into him a lot of shows, but I had never gotten a chance to go and see his show. But I finally have, and his live performance with I haven't seen just him. I saw with the full band that he put together, and they were awesome. They were really good. So then let's see. Um, Alone or full band, he is angsty and soulful, and reminds me of all the best acoustic tracks from any number of early 2000s hard rock acts. And that is not a knock. That is a thing that makes me feel good and nostalgic for that kind of thing. These are awesome. I mean, I don't want to insult him by calling them ballads, but I mean, not okay. So not ballads. Some of these songs are pretty hard rocking. You know, they're just played on acoustic. So I don't mean ballads. They're not ballads. Some of them are slower than others, but yeah, I may have just they are not ballads unless there's songs on here that he considers ballads. But yeah, just all the reminds me of the old school acoustic tracks that could have been one of the tracks on any number of those bands from the early 2000s. And I also put this is something that you can sit and enjoy with a couple of beers and a smoke or two. Uh, yeah, like really rootsy, you know, driving rock and roll, and yeah, he doesn't hold back. And I mentioned that. That's why I'm trying not to mention stuff that I have for later on in the review. Um, Dusty reminds me of going to my local bar for a few shots and beers. And this is stuff that you can, when you get your beer, you cheers your friend to. Or even Dusty, because most likely he's drinking a beer too. I love the aesthetic. I love that sound. I love that vibe of, you know, it's a connection that he makes. Now, when the Candlebox show, like I said, was the only one I had seen of his, but he connected with the. It seems like he made a connection with the crowd, and everybody was super into it, and it was just a killer show. It really was. Um, so this EP has everything: high points, sad parts, and through it all, Dusty isn't holding back. And no, he's not. He has a great voice. He belts out these tunes, and yeah, I don't even hear like the slightest hint of a crack in his voice or anything. Like he nails it. And when I last time I spoke with him, when I found out he used to do metal, I was like, oh, so you can do the screaming and growling? And he's like, oh yeah, but this is what I do now. I was like, hey, mad respect, mad respect. I love metal too, and I can also do the screaming and growling, but I like to sing mostly. If I'm doing music, I like to sing. And actually, anyone who's watched any of my acoustic videos on here, Never Better, is like we're kind of the same. I mean, I don't have anything nicely produced, just some demo sounding stuff from 15 years ago, but the acoustic stuff is, you know, I connect with that because I also do acoustic stuff. So I might be a little biased about Dusty Grant, good old DG. Um, I also I'm basing this review off of this release alone, but the band he put together is phenomenal also. So that's why I wanted to mention who it was and even talk about them a little bit. They're not on this. It's the three people I mentioned: Dusty Grant, Chris Dawson, and Jimmy Beatty. I believe that's the only ones credited on the sleeve here at the bottom. But I'm basing this review off of just this. So none of the other members that I mentioned are in this lineup, but I felt that I should mention how far he has come since even just putting this out. Okay, so I did write down a few notes here for each song. And guys, I'm not going to do a track by track on every album that I review because, you know, like I said, this is only 5 songs. So that I can do and talk about each one for a minute. But, you know, when I'm getting into 12, 13, 14, 15 track albums, like, the reviews are going to have to be a little shorter. So I'm not going to do a track by track for everything, but this one I will also. So the first track is called The Jester. And before I even had this album, this was one that I heard. I checked out on YouTube. Yeah, he is on YouTube. Dusty Grant. I mean, I hear the notes I took. Good vocals. He kills it. I like his vocals a lot. Great arrangement. Catchy sing along lyrics. I don't know the lyrics. There's not a lyric sheet. I mean, I've listened to the album about 4 or 5 times, but I don't know all the lyrics. Like some of them, I if when they come on, like yeah, I go and I sing along because I do remember them, but I don't know all the lyrics. But I mean in the sense that, like if you do know the lyrics, like it's gonna be hard for you not to catch yourself singing along to it. It's just pretty infectious, I thought. Um, Straightforward, hard rocking tune. So yeah, when I said ballad earlier, or ballads, I misspoke because like I wrote here, hard rocking, you know, straightforward, in your face, and he tells you what's on his mind, and it's a great tune. Track 2, All the Good Times, beautifully stripped down yet powerful. Uh, good hook. Dusty's vocals are killer, and good breakdown. And yeah, it's it's really a really nicely written song. I mean, I pretty much said all I could say in the notes here. Number three is called Nobody Cares. Nice piano fills slash riffs, because I don't know if you would call them a riff or a fill. Good backups. He always has like the echo in the background, singing, and it sounds killer. I like it a lot. Catchy. And then here's something interesting. Now, hear me out. Dusty Grant in no way, shape, or form sings like either member of Alice in Chains. But the vibes I get from some of these songs, the progressions, like just the vibe, whatever, and this is just my personal opinion, but some of these songs on here, and this one in particular, Nobody Cares, I could hear Lane Staley crooning over this. Not over Dusty's song, but like I could hear this as an Alice in Chains song. And like I said, Dusty doesn't sound like Lane Staley. His vocals are very different. But for some reason, I was getting huge Alice in Chains vibes from this song. And again, Dusty, if I hope you're an Alice in Chains fan, and if not, I apologize. But I feel like that's a pretty good compliment to have. And then what else? Good, passionate vocals. That's going to be a theme. I mean, there's only two more songs here, but that's definitely a theme. You can hear the emotion in his voice. Like when he's singing, you feel it. You feel it. It's like you're listening, but if you love music and like I do, and I know so many of you do, um, songs music sometimes isn't just about hearing it, it's also about feeling it. And that's gonna come up in the next song, um, which is called Done So Much. um, this song gave me goosebumps. I'm not exactly sure why. It's a great song, and I don't know what part hit me in the way to get the goosebumps, but this song gave me goosebumps. And here's the notes that I took on this one. Great piano at the beginning. I liked it a lot. Um, Great soulful vocals. I can't not comment on his singing on every track, and even live. Like man. Oh, and that's what I wrote here. You can feel Dusty's emotion, and that might be what gave me the goosebumps. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I was listening to the record, and as I was listening, taking notes on what I was hearing and what I liked, and trying to pick it apart. And I got chicken skin, and I wasn't cold or anything, so I've gotten goosebumps listening to music a million times before. So something in Done So Much on the Dusty Grant EP, Trapped Here, gave me goosebumps. I was in the feels. And the last thing I wrote about that one is that it's catchy, and it is Done So Much. And then the last track is called All Crashed Down. Great intro. I really liked it. It was like some picked guitar in it, and with Dusty singing, and it was really really good. I enjoyed it. Good vocals. I think I wrote good vocals down for every song on here. Good catchy chorus. It absolutely was. Nice arrange. I like the arrangement. I like the arrangement of all of these songs. Like he he knows how to put together a song, and he knows how to make it sound good. And then when he's laying down the vocals, he knows how to make you feel what he needs you to feel. He just captures you. You're in his world for that 3, 4, 4.5, 5 minutes, whatever it is. You live in Dusty Grant's world. um, Good guitar parts. Yes, I guess that also goes along with the great intro. I liked a lot of the guitar parts that I was hearing in this one, and that goes for all of these. Like I said, I do acoustic music, and I have a lot of my own songs too, and I try to make it the music itself as interesting as I possibly can, while you have to listen to my garbage singing over it, but it's not easy. I mean, I've had some songs that came together quickly, and but for the most part, it's not easy. There's been times I had an idea, like just a chorus or whatever, stuck in my head, and just that chorus is the only thing that would come forever. You could sit there with a pen and pad all day, but there's nothing showing up. Grab the guitar. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got nothing. And then there's some days where you're just like, oh, this sounds good. Oh, I can write all this down, and it just comes together. So it is definitely a process for the most part, and that's what I'm saying. Like he kills it with the arrangements, the vocals, the backups, like, and the guys that were helping him. Everybody involved in this album did a bang up job. I think I think you guys should go check out Dusty Grant's Trapped Here EP along with some of his other stuff. Um, I'll put a link in the description to where you can find his stuff. But I'm not sure if he has anything else physical, because if he did, I would have probably bought that too. And like I said, I picked this up, and I didn't even get to the merch part yet, but I picked this up. I got the hat at the show, which, like I said, has been my primary hat for a couple weeks now. And I even threw this on for the video. This is his shirt, which I think is really, really cool. And look, that just brings back to the theme of how I mentioned the bar, where it's like there's a bar stool and just that whole vibe under that light in a smoky club or whatever. I think this shirt is dope. And the bleeding heart, yeah. So that's some of the merch that he has available. Great artist, up and coming. I really do feel like he's going to be going places if he keeps it up, and he hasn't slowed down since he started doing this. So yeah, and he's opening up for national touring acts now. So guys, get on the bandwagon now before get in on the entry level. You know what I mean? Because this guy is gonna be taking off. I think so anyway. Well, that's my review, and I the number I'm giving this is also a 5 out of 5 for this EP. It is really, really good. If you like acoustic, angsty, like soulful, Alice in Chains vibey, rock and roll that you can shoot whiskey to. God, yeah, Dusty Grant Trapped Here EP. I got some more music reviews coming up, and the next up is going to be Awaken by Parallax. That's going to be my next music review, and that is the band that Jason Catlett is in, who also plays in Dusty Grant's full band now. I actually have listened to this already. These guys kick ass. So this can be my next review, Parallax Awaken. And then I'm going to do a couple of reviews, because these are newer albums that I picked up by national bands. I'm going to do a review of the new Born of Osiris record. I think I listened to this once. I love Born of Osiris. But yeah, I forgot that I actually picked this up. So when I found it the other day, I was like, oh man, I should pay more attention to that, and I can even review it. So another metal album. If you're a metal fan, check out what I think about this. And then I want to say pop punk band, but man, they reminded me more of Easycore. But I saw these guys last week. Actually, these are not guys, they're girls. I saw them last week with The Used and Coheed and Cambria. And the opening act was a band called Meet Me at the Altar. Now, there's only three, it shows only 3 people on here, but of course, when they play live, there's a 4th member playing live with them. But it's an all-female, like, easycore / pop-punk band, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. And a sneak preview on my thoughts on this is that these girls kick ass. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for watching these music reviews. I hope you're enjoying them. I'm going to keep doing them. Like I said, got some game pickups coming, but it might be a few more weeks until I have enough stuff that I deem, enough to make a video for. Maybe some unboxings. If something comes in the mail, I'll throw one of those together. But if you do like any of the content on this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're not currently a subscriber, let's try to grow the channel a little more, slowly but surely. Hit the bell notification so you know when I post a new video. And I'll promise not to try and shake the table for the next one. What else? Thumbs up and leave a comment. Please leave a comment. So anyway, Dusty Grant Trapped Here, 5 out of 5. Link will be in the description for you guys to check him out. He's on YouTube, Dusty Grant. Yeah, he's awesome. Psycho out.